God is so good. He is so good all the time. Hello, beacons of love and light. Oh, wow. I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you serenity. I'm sending you new beginnings. It's only, well, not even, it's less than 6 more months until 2020. So that within itself, that means that there's something excellent that God has waiting for you. Something that He has in store for you that's just for you. It's your blessing. It's your destiny. It's your calling. Things that might have seemed cloudy will be crystal clear to you. But there are some things that you have to do before 2020 to ensure that you actually receive all of your blessings. But I have a question for you. If tomorrow, and there are a lot of bugs out here, but we would just roll with it. If tomorrow, listen to this, my loves. Get your pen and your paper. Take the dust off of your Bible. Just enjoy all of this right here. Just enjoy all of this. God is blessing you with this gift right here that you're actually watching. But the question that I have for you is, if tomorrow was the end of time, what would you do today? If tomorrow was the end of time, what would you do today? That is the mindset, though, your responses and your answer to that, whether you leave it in the comments below or whether you discuss that one-on-one with God, or whether you discuss that with your family or your friends, or just in your journal, whatever it is that's most comfortable to you. That response, your response to that question, is the mindset that you need to have every single day, but especially considering the beautiful blessing that in less than 6 more months, it will be 2020. That is a dynamic blessing. That is a dynamic year. One word that I want you also to marinate on, it's one word and it's 7 letters. And that one word is balance. I'm dropping these keys for you. I'm not withholding this. I'm not withholding this blessing. I'm not withholding this. I want you to succeed. You deserve it all. Literally everything that God has in store for you, you deserve it. But have you been ignoring God's invitations? I hope you haven't. But that one word is balance. Please understand that nobody is perfect. Any man or woman that even presents themselves or acts as if they're without flaw, that's a little sketchy. That's kind of scammerish going on. But understand balance. 7 letters, 1 word. Forgive yourself for all the things that you might have done that you might not be so proud of. That's the past. That's behind you. You could say that tomorrow is a new beginning. But if you change your mindset in a matter of 1 second, that 1 second after you change your mindset could be a totally new beginning for you. God created the earth in 6 days and He rested on the 7th. That word balance, BALANCE, that's 7 letters and that's 1 word. Focus on balance. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't focus too much on your past. Understand that when you adapt this mindset, people are going to notice that you're different. They're going to be like, what has gotten into so-and-so? They may not even tell you, but people who are around you will notice the difference. They will notice the difference in the essence. You're already a beacon of love and light. It's time to walk into that and be proud. Be grateful. Be thankful. Wear that proudly. Beacons of love and light. If you're a beacon of love and light and you're doing things that are truly beneficial to yourself, your family, the people around you, and your actions, you're already on another tier. It's levels to this enlightenment continuum. So understand balance. Understand that you might even get comments like, I remember when you used to. I don't know why people try to throw those comments up as if a beacon of light is going to fall astray. Like, really? You're a soldier for Christ as a beacon of love and light. And I'm bringing this to the forefront because it's just some things that you have to remember. Also remember this, and I anchor this consistently on our channel, and I've anchored this consistently for quite some time now. But I know with me, I can speak on this because this is something personally that I live by. But in this day, and I'll say this, but in this era that we're living in, a lot of people have lost sight of what's really important. We're living in a time that's filled with a lot of love and it's filled with a lot of light, but darkness is constantly trying to overshadow the light. We're also living in a time where there's a lot of superficiality and fakeness and phoniness going on. So over here, what I always say is legacy over likes and vision over views. And although you should subscribe to this channel, it's still substance over subscriptions all day. So that's what I live by. That's just one model that I live by, is legacy over likes and vision over views. Wake up every single day telling yourself, how is my action today going to impact my legacy tomorrow? How is the vision that God has for me being carried out through my actions, my words, my thoughts? When people are around me, do they feel as though I'm offering them substance rather than phoniness? Also, here's something else that you need to remember as you catapult yourself into this new blessing that we have and all these blessings that are coming your way for 2020. This is something that you might need to write down. You might need to write this down. I'm hearing a lot about sometimes people putting an emphasis on meeting new people and bringing more people into their circle. I mean, come on. It's always been quality over quantity, but sometimes maybe some folks lose track of that. But rather than focusing on meeting new people, or you might be wondering why you're not advancing in your life, you have to understand this. And you have to walk into this essence as a beacon of love and light. God and his angels are working steadily. They're doing things for you day and night that you may be unaware of, that you consciously cannot see. And you may not be able to see it, but it still exists. So don't focus on the people that aren't coming into your life, or that you may not be surrounded by a lot of people. Because God shields his children. He protects his children. Therefore, when you're chosen, he will shield a lot of people away from you rather than bringing people to you. He's doing more shielding rather than immersing more people into your life. He sees people that are attempting to come into your life and cause havoc. And him and his angels, they say, nope. It's like, nope. You know how like when a boxer boxes and that boxer is an excellent boxer and he or she knows how to duck and swerve and curve, and every hit or every blow, it's like, nope, can't get me, nope, nope. That's God and his angels. They're seeing all of that. They're analyzing, scoping out the premises. A bee literally followed me from this bench all the way to the house. But I swerved and I curved that bee. I don't know if he was trying to sting me or what. But, there's a lot of things that you'll have to swerve and curve, and a lot of people that you have to swerve and curve. So we know that God and his angels are doing magnificent and marvelous things. God is so good. He is so good all the time. Also, you see where I'm at right here? You see all this spaciousness, right? This is spaciousness. This is serenity. This is priceless. I just feel so blessed and so happy just to be here. I mean, look at this. Look at the scenery. I did excellent this time. Look at the scenery. Look at what I have for you. Look at this gift. Look at this beauty. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Don't you just love gifts that money can't buy? And I can truly say, some people ask me, Destiny, how are you so blessed? It seems like you never lose. I have everything that money can't buy, and I'm constantly grateful for everything that God has given me, for the support system that God has put into my life. And gratefulness will get you a long way. And I pray that you have everything that money can't buy. But for 2020, I hope that you don't allow people with fame and money to distract you from following your legacy. I mean, let's think about this. If you're spending more time on the gram, focusing on other people's lives, is that adding to your legacy, or is that taking away from your legacy? Are you benefiting another person's impressions and stats, or are you letting your numbers speak for themselves? I mean, how often are you praying to God? These are things that you have to have in front of you. I'm just telling you, listen, I live heaven on earth, but I also look forward to living heaven in the golden gates with God and with all the angels and with all of my family members who are angels and with all of my ancestors who are angels. And I hope to see you in heaven too when that time comes. It's not the time yet, but when that time comes, I really do hope to see you there. But you have to understand that there are steps that you have to take. You can read your Bible to get into specifics. We don't even have to get into that at this time for this teaching. But understand that the actions that you do on earth are a prerequisite, and can be a prerequisite to whether or not you even have a spot. One, to live heaven on earth, but also in the golden gates. Do you understand that? You don't have to be 60 or 70 or 80 years old to start attaining enlightenment. You really don't. I mean, look at me. I'm blessed beyond my years. A lot of people say, even my grandmother used to say, Destiny, you have an old soul. Because most of the time, older people have wisdom. So it doesn't matter your age. Attain the enlightenment and roll with it, my love. Roll with it. Be thankful. Love yourself. Also, when I talked about this spaciousness, you also need to know that certain people have got to go. They've got to leave. They're hanging around you. They're leeching onto you and your legacy, but they've got to go. They're not worthy to be there. I can tell you right now, you have people in your life around you who are not in your best interest. I'm seeing that. And you're seeing a lot of people who, they have this latent darkness, and they are trying to cling to beacons of love and light by the droves. You've got to get those people out. They really, you see this spaciousness? You've got to make anew. You have literally got to make anew and clear the pathway. That's what you have to do. You can't let these people who aren't even in your best interest all around you, because for the people that God does need to come in your life, then you need to give them a seat. They need a seat. How can they have a seat if a beacon of hate and darkness is around you? You may say, well, how do I know whether or not a person is really for me or not? God will let you know that. But if you're consumed by things that you shouldn't be consumed with, if you're focusing on other people's legacies, checking in on what they're doing on the gram and on Twitter, not praying, not reading your Bible, barely doing good works, telling yourself negative affirmations. I mean, there are so many things you could be doing, and that some of you are doing that are distracting that are just distracting. Take away all of that, those toxins. Get rid of all of that, self-defeating thoughts, all of it, and start just everything that you do has to be better. You have to do better. And I'm not saying that to say that you're not doing better now. I'm just letting you know your potential, that whatever you're doing now, and I know you're doing magnificent things as well, stellar things. But whatever you're doing now, just know that you can do better and that you still deserve better. Beacons of light never settle for less. You have to know your worth. Don't expect anybody to tell you how worthy you are. And also, don't search for the approval of man. Please don't. On Judgment Day, it's not going to be man who's judging you. It's not going to be your friends on the gram judging you on Judgment Day. When you go to college, what is a prerequisite for college? Just generally speaking, this high school. When you're an athlete, and if you are even trying to make it to one of the larger leagues, what's one of the prerequisites? You have to have your skills. You can't just do talking. You can't just talk your way into this and think you're going to go into the league. You have to attain a certain level of skills, practice, and achievements before then. When you are a student and you want to, you're striving to be in the honor society, you have to have a certain GPA. If you are trying to transition from an assistant to a manager, most likely take cronyism out, all of that, take all of that out. You have to have something relevant and tangible that you have achieved to go to the next level. Heaven is the same way. You cannot forget about that. And your money also won't be able to get you there. If you've achieved money in this life, congratulations. That's excellent. But beacons of love and light, we all know that money can't buy you happiness, and nor can it buy you a seat in the golden gates. So with that being said, we're going to end it on that. And you're going to feast and marinate on that. And most importantly, I'm going to tie it into that question. Think about this and write your response down. Think about this question and marinate on this question. If tomorrow was the end of time, what exactly would you do today?